Okay, so a lot of people were interested in knowing what kind of build I was using for Khora and this kill cat build that I had in the previous video. So I'm not really good at doing impromptu things like explaining builds and such, at least for this game, because I'm very new to most of this stuff. I get most of my information from YouTubers and what I think is funny. And I think non-whip claw Khora build is very funny. But you guys are really curious on what I'm working with, so let me just start with the top and go down. I'll put timestamps at the bottom if you really want to see a certain section of the build, like the fucking cat, which is gonna be well where the money's at. As for Khora herself, there's a couple things that I use. Summoner's Wrath is specifically for the cat, as it boosts their damage by quite a lot. Um, these could be better. Um, I might actually change Arcane Barrier for like Arcane Impetus. Yeah, Arcane Impetus might work a little better because I'm all about status priming. Arcane Blessing? Yeah, we're gonna be collecting a lot of health potions. I said potions for equilibrium. I just need to find a way to level these up and actually get some use out of it. So we have Auto Reach, Adaptation, Steel Fiber, Vitality, because I'm going with a health tank approach, because, oh, and Quick Thinking. Venari and the secondary companion that I keep are very good at keeping me alive. They are a very good and useful constant source of health. So as long as I'm healthy and tanky to a degree, ooh, I can max rank this. um, so as long as I'm fairly tanky, I don't go with the shield approach, but I do have it just in case I need it. And flows for energy max and ability duration. Do I actually need ability duration? What? You can always go intensity for breach surge. And any other recommendations? I mean, none that I can recommend because I don't really have a lot of stuff to work with. You can go Umbral Fiber and Umbral in, Vitality. And I guess when I actually have Umbral mods, I'll evolve to that point of the build. But I don't have any right now, so I'm just kind of rolling with the base and it's doing its job just fine. But I do want to upgrade in the future to the two Umbral ones. The primary is the Cedo because for status priming, and it's very good at that. But you don't need that. I find that it's going a little overkill because I have a Hound that does priming just fine without the shotgun. So if you want to go with another knot, I'd go with a high crit weapon, like the Dread. I think I have it upgraded for 150% crit and a good chunk of status. This will make Venari stronger in the long run with like over 100% crit and over 100% status, and turn Venari into an absolute monster. You can put whatever the hell you want in it. I don't care. Just try to get as much status and crit chance on it. Secondary, I just carry the Synex around. It's also a very good status spreader. Has homing bullets, and I don't really do anything special with it. You can just take a look at what I have. If you have any suggestions on or any secondaries, just throw whatever you want in there. Your cat's doing 95% of the work anyways, so this is irrelevant. What is a little important though is your melee weapon, because you're going to be using that to heal your pets every now and then when they start to fall a little low, and my personal choice for that is the Zorus. If I had melee influence, that would be where it would go. I got a couple forma on it, but it's not really doing anything. I'm just using it to heal my pets, but it does very respectable damage on its own with the mods I have. Um, I'd probably get better ones like the melee mods that also have a secondary effect tied to them. I don't have any right now, so and I probably should get to formering this at some point. But let's just get to the main event, shall we? Now for the cat. I'm not gonna go over the school. I use Zanurkin for the energy restore, and that's literally it. For the cat, Contagious Bond and Momentous Bond are an absolute must. If you want to do the most amount of damage possible with your cat, that is what you would put on. I would use Tech Enhance to make their abilities longer, but I have not felt the need to do so. Synth Deconstruct is good for equilibrium, so you have a constant supply of energy, as well as Hunter Recovery for health. Health, Link Fiber. I would prefer if this was Link Vitality, but I don't have that yet, so when that day happens, Venari's going to get a pretty decent chunk of health. Anything Pack Leader. This is what the Zorus is for. Just throw it every now and then when Venari is getting low to give him over shield or over guard. And that's pretty much it for the cat itself. The claws. The claws is where the hurt starts to happen. You checking this out? 130% crit chance, 6-time multiplier, and basically the same status with a shit ton of fire and slash. I actually don't know why Assassin's Posture there. I prefer Persistent for Venari, especially when Bite, crit damage, Burning Claws, and Precision Conditioning. I'd say like Burning and Precision is like very important, as well as Maul. These three right here can really start off a good Venari build. Everything else is supplementary in my opinion. And it doesn't even have to be burning. Some people go lightning and toxin. I just find fire a little bit cooler because it also hurts their armor. Hunter synergy, so it takes the crit chance of my bow and it also stacks with the Hunter recovery that should be on the body. Yeah. Call the week for more damage per status attack, and that second part I guess doesn't really apply. I don't know. Since the cat is always critting, I could probably go Radon Claws for even more crit damage. Now it's up to 8 times. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna play around with that a little and swipe so it hits more than one enemy at a time. I choose a Hound for the Synergized Prospectus mod. Just takes whatever abilities I have on its main weapon and applies it to a single attack that just bounces around the rune and destroys everything. Repo Odd, it's just a big old wave, and I should have probably explained, but Synergize and Repo only work the way I previously explained if you have Manifold Bond, which that is what's taking the effects that are on the weapon. I have Link Redirection because I was playing with the shield frame, but what you really want is Link Fiber. Vitality, Deconstruct, Momentous, Contagious, Vacuum. You can put Vacuum on either the cat or the bot. I decided to put it on the bot. And Guardian, to keep your shields up. Post-editing Acme here, I completely forgot to mention the Hound's melee weapon, the Batsuden. It's the Puncture Impact variant, and it really doesn't matter which one you pick. but I went for a combination of viral and heat. So that'd be ice, poison, and fire in that order. Or if you want to go for another way, you can go blast, electricity, ice, fire, electricity in that order. But if you just want to keep them for priming purposes, I would go for this build setup here. You go for the 3 elements, focus Radon for a 4th one, magnetic for another one. The heavy attack efficiency I don't think really applies to the dog at all, but the attack speed does. Condition overload helps. Pressure points, melee damage, shattering impact, so the impact that the weapon does do reduces the armor. And do I? Okay, no. That's about it for that. Okay, back to the video. And depending on what other pet I have, I try to change around. I like to make sure the second companion is good for status, as 2 DPS oriented pets kind of fight for each other and will fight against each other for kills, and I find that when they're working together, things work out a little better. So I'm gonna give this a shot in my favorite mission to see if I can see what that crit damage multiplier looks like.
I've delivered a life support capsule to the area.
Wait a second.
Activating it will buy you more time.
Yeah. There's something I've mentioned. I forgot to mention about Venari. This attack that Venari does, where Venari jumps around in like a zigzag pattern around the enemy, that doesn't really crit from what I noticed. So adding crit doesn't really do much for that one attack in particular. Status works very well, which is why Venari has a very high status chance. And the crit only applies to Venari's normal swings and attacks. Like when Venari like backflips off a wall, that can crit, and crit really hard, mind you. But yeah, this is it really. Let me see if I can hit up a higher end mission, see how well I do in that. I wasn't really paying attention. Okay, this is eliminate Kakarot. These guys are like 226. He's dead. These guys are hitting each other because they got a radiation poison. These two are just kind of working together. I'm on fire, but adaptation says not to that. No resurgence there, just watch the chaos unfold. Guys up, use my 3 to tell Venari to fuck. Oh! That was a good number. Check out the background where things are just getting obliterated. No input on my own. I'm just doing side objectives while everything melts around me. Do even more damage. Was that my dog doing 3 million in crit? Okay, dude. 4 million? Okay, boy. Not bad. Not bad. See, he's holding his own, even though he's really here for status priming. He got pause. He got pause. We're healing him. Okay. No, I didn't. The dog's kind of on his own when it comes to general survivability. But there's 2 ways to mitigate that. I could just res him, or I can just kill Eximus, which shorten the amount of time it takes for him to get up anyways. And if I really need the priming, I can just whip out this stupid gun and vanquish all. It just doesn't matter. The cat does the work for you. Anything else you want to do just adds to your survivability, their survivability, your damage. You can literally take this to the moon if you wanted to. But I'm already there, so I'm just gonna watch. I could die. No, I'm not. Oh! What was that lag spike? I'm alone. That shouldn't have happened. Oh, I'm dying. 2 health? That's crazy. Anyways, cat, get me back up there. Equilibrium combined with, like, synth deconstruct and quick thinking means I didn't die. I should have died there. Are you on my side? I guess he's on my side. Where are you? Oh, there you are. How you doing? See you later, dude. Loyal companion could go a long way. So, yeah, that's about it, really. Hope you guys enjoyed and learned something.